Hello everyone. I don't know why I always have to smile when I'm starting these videos, because some of the things that I'm thinking about, writing about right now are in a way very funny to me, because I have also struggled the same kind of problems my clients are struggling with. And it is interesting when you are seeing what you have done, what you have been thinking, and see actually that other people are in the same situation. And one of the situations perhaps you have also been into, I know I have, and I know some of my students have been, the word that are put together: I have tried everything. I have such an incredible idea. I have a great vision, artistic vision, and I have tried everything to convince people to it, and nobody is understanding me, and it is not working out, and so on. I have been there, and it is a feeling about being hurt, a feeling about being misunderstood, and a feeling of being disconnected from the possible greatness that we have envisioned with our great idea, and we are not understanding it. Why is it not working out? And actually, what we are all forgetting is that we have, first of all, not tried everything. Really, there's almost always an infinite numbers of possibilities in which you can try it. But I will not talk about the possibilities that how you can develop more possibility to try it out. I will try to talk about the opposite of it, trying and failing. And the difference is how we are forgetting how much to learn, how much possibilities, how much of improvement it is to fail. This sounds a little bit strange, to see failing as a kind of advantage or as a part of a process of progress. But just imagine this: what we are talking about when we disliking the idea of failing. I have tried everything and it didn't work out. Most likely we are thinking about the most convenient way how it should work out. So we have this great idea, and we want to that this idea is not only manifesting in the art or whatever creative whatever you are doing as a creative, and in the most convenient and fast possible, most efficient way, it is also convincing others. And what we are clinching to is the idea of convenience. We are often losing sight of the importance of the idea, the vision that you are actually having. And this vision, this idea, should have the best possible chance actually to find the best possible appearance, the best possible vessel in the reality. And to find it, it has to go through a kind of evolution. And what is evolution else like the process of try and error, with time only to the quest that the idea is going through, to the misunderstandings, to the recreation, to the change of the form, change of the vessel. It is finding the best possible appearance in this world. It is not just having it is not staying in the realm of pure ideas. It is manifesting into reality, and can only manifest in the reality but by interacting and transforming reality. And this is always a process of evolution. It is almost like you would like to, let's say, learn how to drive a car to actually go on a holiday to Tuscany. This is your goal, this is your big idea. And just imagine it, by chance, without knowing how to drive a car, you are getting into the car, and by sheer luck you have the convenience of suddenly it is working out, and you are getting out in Tuscany, and suddenly you are there. It is Of course, it is luck. Of course, you would be happy about it, but nevertheless, you didn't learn actually how to drive a car. All you had is a little bit of luck and the strange wonder of getting out suddenly in Tuscany. Wouldn't it be not better that this vision, this idea of driving a car is not just something that happened convenience by sheer luck? You should have a lot of luck to just get into a car and get out in Tuscany. Wouldn't it be not great when it's not just a coincidence, not just pure luck, but you would learn to drive a car, so you actually can fulfill your idea and vision of driving a car wherever you want. And this can only be learned through a process of try and error, through learning, seeing how the other traffic is moving, learning about the science, learning how to operate a car and so on. It is a process, and this process has many challenges, but nevertheless, this challenges is bringing you to the idea of driving a car wherever you want. So it is not only this one time that you have this great idea of enjoying your freedom and to drive to Tuscany, and by pure luck it did work out for you. But imagine this, from there on, when you have gone through the learning process, when you have accepted challenge, failure as important part of it, you then have the freedom to drive wherever you want. So the same goes for perhaps for your own artistic vision or greater idea in art. It is not about to materialize it in just a split of a second. It is not about getting it done and over it as soon as possible. It is about the development of this idea in the reality. Perhaps right now we are thinking only about one possibility of your great artistic idea or your artistic vision, but once you have learned all that is necessary, how this idea, this vision is materialized in the world, you can perhaps do so much more. So it's not like only driving from here to Tuscany by sheer luck. You are discovering that now you have the freedom of driving wherever you're wanting. And the same goes for your artistic vision. Actually, you can suddenly with this vision achieve not only the small purpose that you have been thinking about, perhaps there's even more freedom, even more heritage, even more greatness that you are knowing now of. So the challenge can be important part of it. And this is also a secret that goes together with this: I have tried everything. Most likely you have tried everything by focusing on what is doable, convenient to you. So you are been focusing only on the things that should go right. You have never tried actually to do something in a way in which you already knew you will fail, but you have decided to go for the failure to learn as much as possible, to put yourself in the risk way, to try something that is outside of your comfort zone, outside what you are doing normally. So you are actually doing something that is endangering your progress, only to learn about the progress as much as possible. And that's what you have learned, you are using to recreate your vision, to recreate your idea, to grow and to make your vision even better. So by saying I have tried everything and only staying with this comfortable, doable, you are just doing, let's say, 75% to 50%. This other 25 to 50% is about willingly failing, willingly taking on challenges that will bring improvement, but they will also make you humble, and they will make you grateful, because you are in a learning transformation process. You are learning how actually, what is the reality behind having this idea and transforming it into a piece of reality. In this way also, their life as an artist is staying an adventure. It is not about a Disneyland ride. We are right now here in this tropical country, and here are some poisonous snakes, here are some poisonous spiders and so on. I had encounter 2 days actually ago, and it is not Disneyland. It is not a comfortable ride through the jungle river where everything is set up and you can experience the jungle. This here is really the jungle, and it feels so much more of a substance and quality, and it's changing me a lot better than just by having this convenient adventures. So actually going for the real thing, the real artistic adventure is about even trying things that are not convenient, that are not easy. And when you are expecting a comfortable journey out of your artistic progress, most likely you will end up in mediocrity, because the only way only to stay on what is working is actually to repeating what already has worked, but you are not daring the other 25 or 50% that is outside what was done, where there is actually a risk of failing. So instead of easy results, you should always try to dig a little bit deeper, to really think about the possibilities that you are avoiding of thinking of because they are too risky for you, or they are even outside of your comfort zone. This is something that actually can transform your life, not only to go for what is working, but also willingly going for what most likely will not work out. But the learning process in there, the learning value, the transformation value that is in there for you is so much greater. To embrace this challenges, to embrace the struggle, is the true nature often of a really big vision. When you think about great artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh, they all embraced as a vision, an artistic vision that was far out of their comfort zone, far out of the things that have been done before. So you are testing on the reality, the methods and the tools and the possibilities only to fail, but to emerge with much better methods and tools. And this is making you so much stronger, and your vision becomes so much stronger. I know to think about the negative possibilities is perhaps not something that is uplifting your mindset, but nevertheless it is not about focusing on negative, what will not work out, and then doing it. It is about doing as much as is necessary on the negative side, as long it is empowering you. Sometimes empowerment doesn't feel good when you are starting to lifting some weights to grow stronger. It is pain. It is the pain of growing muscles, but it's never a pain that is too much overwhelming. When you are overdoing it, of course you get injured, but when you are staying in a zone where the negativity has a positive impact on you, then you should do it. Most things in life are actually a little bit connected to pain, but pain can be a positive force in our life when we are using it wise. So it is vital to think in long term and in a constructive way, and perhaps just to let go the idea that this myth that everything should be pleasant, especially in art. Many people are thinking, art is for me like this other reality where everything should be pleasant and wonderful. Okay, there are artists who are living in this realm of art that is very unreal, that feels in a way like being in Disneyland. I don't know why I'm going always back to Disneyland. Behind Disneyland and his journey, it is a journey of struggle and sacrifices. So it is not a good comparison, but I just using it as a metaphor. So think about how you can create events that are perhaps a struggle, a challenge, but nevertheless they are supporting you through growth, through learning, by falling down and standing up again. It is wise to construct these events for you willingly, then let life by default put the challenges up on you. For me, it was really a discovery that the best way you can avoid challenges is actually by seeking challenges, because I think we humans, by the gods, it is by the Greek gods, it's always that the humans are always struggling. But the great news is that actually you can pick your fights, you can pick the challenges that you are having, you can pick the problems that you want to conquer. The problems in your life will come most likely anyway, but it is more wise to really pick the one that you want to have and avoid perhaps the other problems that are just happening by default and they are bringing you nothing. There's a quality about problems, and you have the right to pick your problems, and this is a great opportunity perhaps that you have not thought about until now. I've been not thinking about this for a long time, and when you think about it, transforming your mindset into a positive flow is more important actually than the short-term comfort. It is more important to really thinking about the challenge, not sticking too long with what is already working for you, what you have already built up as skills, as your possibilities, but to challenge yourself beyond them, to seek what is challenging to you, to uncover perhaps what is weak right now with you. And challenges are always, and especially enemies are always really telling you the truth. Oh god, I can't spell it out, it's really dry here. About your weaknesses. Friends and perhaps people that are just sweet talking you most likely are not always telling you about your weaknesses, but a challenge or an enemy or someone to struggle with will really uncover your weaknesses, and then you can work actually on these weaknesses, and this is a great advantage. And to change your mindset from this from this convenient mindset to the more challenging mindset that is seeking the challenges, I think the best way is to start thinking in a different way when something is happening, something that you are uncomfortable with. Perhaps this is the first step when something is happening and you have to deal with it. Not to say to yourself, "Whoa, what is happening now? I don't like it," and so on. But to think about it. Okay, this happened. What will I learn from this? And then to think, how will I use this? And then you are with time becoming grateful actually when something is happening that is catching you off guard, or something that is happening inside your zone of weakness, because now your weaknesses are revealed and you can work on them, because otherwise you would develop with time a blind spot, and then perhaps even bigger problems would appear. So to discover in you the side that is actually seeking these challenges is a great advantage for you, because then you will never tell yourself the sentence, "I have tried everything," because you actually know that actually in trying the things that will not work out, that will be a failure, there is a great possibility for you, and you are open to so much more possibilities than there are sticking with the known and the convenient. Nevertheless, you should sit down and think about all the things that are working great for you. What are your strengths? But nevertheless, never forget to also see the weaknesses, the negative, the impossible, the failure, the errors as a great possibility for artists. It is opening to you a world that is not only depending out on what feels good for you, but it is open to the reality, the things as they are, and it's giving you great idea or your vision a far better possibility to become a reality, because it is tested not only with the good things, the possible things, but also tested with the negative, with all the bad things that can happen to them, with all the disputes and all the people that perhaps tried to make you small again, and it could stand through all these storms. And that's why has so much quality and substance, because it is not only a house of cards, it is someone or something that was standing through the waves and the storms and the winds, and it will give you so much more confidence about yourself and your art. I think it is worth to try it out. So if you like, sit down and write the things that you have tried for your great idea, but on the other side, write down the things that will be really a challenge, a struggle, but will provide you so much more value in the long run, because you are learning and you are growing. I hope to see you in the next video. I must have now a glass of water because it's really hot and dry here. Nevertheless, I see you in the next video, and until then, see you soon. Bye bye.